But I do have some pretty updated thoughts on this, which is just I see there's marketing and there's personal branding and there's an intersection between those things. And so if I only wanted to advertise for the business, then I think that I would be just fine making only content about business. I also have a personal brand, and I want the personal brand to be as accurate a reflection of me as humanly possible. And so my measure for that is like my mental image is like glass, which is that like if there's a glass wall and I'm on the other side and there's a room and there's all this stuff inside, but inside the glass wall is dark. I think about the content as like a flashlight that just focuses on one area of my life. And I want the flashlight basically over time to illuminate the whole room so that if someone were to walk in, they would see everything and they wouldn't be surprised. They'd be like, this is accurate. This is exactly what I expected. And to me, that's what, personal branding done right is that when someone meets me in person, I'm exactly as they expect. And of course it's difficult because you can't control, even with more volume, you can't control the reach. So I know that if I make a video about a relationship, I'm going to get 10 times the views, period. If I make a video about fitness, I'm going to get 5 or 10 times the views, period. Because it just affects more people. And so I have to be really careful with those pieces of content because even if I make 1 out of 10 is fitness, it'll still have a 50-50 fitness versus business brand.
Okay, so Hormozi makes a super valid point here that everyone does wrong. We run a business about 7 figures per year, so about $1 million a year for large entrepreneurs to do their content. And this is also what we see, what they're doing wrong before we get started with them, why they don't make money, and what they should do to even spend low amount of time on it but still get outsized returns. So first, I will explain Hormozi's point, then your mistake that you're making right now, based on my experience with the clients, your solution, and if this would actually make some money. So first of all, Hormozi's point is that yes, you have a personal brand, and yes, relationships and gym videos and maybe cooking or maybe reading or maybe even intimate, like for Hamza, the self-improvement guy, sex and all those things were a part of his personal brand. So he would talk about it, but he knows that if you talk about sex, that the video would get 5 times the views. And if you only make videos about sex, then you just have a sex channel. And you don't want that. Or if you make real estate videos, if you make videos about beginners in real estate, you will get more views than if you talk about selling a property for 10 million, because just less people relate. So further in this video, he explains that it's like weeds. Like you know that certain weeds will grow quicker than the other ones. So you have to manage it as like a gardener. I think that's how you say it. You have to understand which ones do better than the others and then manage it so that it still is like a good overview of your life without making it too extreme. Because if he would make a relationship video once a week, he would get a large relationship audience, and that wouldn't help him in his business life, which is the main purpose of his channel. So that's his first point. And if you want to apply this for yourself, you can just write down the 4 or 5 things that are most important for you. So let's say it's real estate, but you also have a loving relationship, you're married, and you like dogs, and you like cars, and maybe you love eating steak and you're on the carnivore diet. Then carnivore diet videos and relationship videos and cars videos do way better than the real estate videos will do. But in your life, in your daily life, you're probably spending like 80% of your time doing real estate because that's how you make your money, and you maybe only drive your car for like an hour per day or 20 minutes per day, and you see your dog like 1% of your life. So then in your vlogs you can show your dog, but it's not like you don't have a pet channel. I think it's clear. So write down these things. Like also write down how many videos per week do you want to post, and then you can just ask ChatGPT like, okay, I care about dogs, cars, steak, I'm on the carnivore diet, I do real estate full time, and I'm married. How many videos is realistic to make about everything, or do I just make vlogs, and how do I implement it, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that's about Hormozi's point. Your mistake, what most people do is, let's say you're in real estate. We have Ken McElroy, is one of our clients. He has 10,000 apartments, real estate billionaire. If he would only make videos on how to start from zero, how to buy a property with $0, how to get started, the main mistake beginner investors make, then he would get an audience of beginner investors, and they can't become accredited investors for him. And an accredited investor starts from like $250,000 per year or something that they give Ken to invest for him, like with MC companies. That's his business. So that's the mistake. If he would only make beginner videos, then yes, he would get like 2 million views more per month, but he wouldn't generate any leads from it. So that's the main mistake, that people are like, oh, I get views, amazing. Like Iman Gatsi, 5 tools that made me money. Yes, like all the 14-year-olds are gonna click that, but if he wants to sell Business Accelerator or whatever it's called that they are selling, those guys don't have $1,000 spare to buy. Whereas if he makes a video on if you're lazy and ambitious, watch this. That ICP is already a little bit older because they realize that more about themselves. Like the 5 tools that made me money, or 5 things in my backpack or whatever that I bring to the office, that will get more views because it's just more human, it's less niche, more people relate. But it creates also, those people also subscribe to your channel, and those people now have to click on your videos for your channel to do well, you know? So if Hormozi posts 1 relationship video per week, and he gets all these subscribers that just care about his marriage and his relationship, they won't click on his business videos, which will tell the algorithm like, oh, people don't watch my videos, they don't click, so this is a bad video, and they won't push the video anymore, so your performance will go down. You see what I do? You see what I mean? That's how YouTube works. So you have to make sure that you don't punish yourself with the algorithm, but a lot of people make this mistake. Oh, shit, this works better, I'm gonna post more of this, and then they create a full relationship audience, and then they wanna sell like a course or anything, they want investors for their business, and they don't have them because they have a relationship audience. So that's the mistake. The solution, I kind of already told the solution. Write down the 4 or 5 things that you care about, how much time you spend on them, and how many videos you make. Then ask ChatGPT what's a realistic schedule for your videos, and then post that. So if you look on your channel and you see like 1 relationship videos every 8 videos, and then 5 or 6 of them are business, so real estate, could be copywriting, could be marketing, could be anything, whatever you're doing, e-commerce, and then maybe 2 of them are vlogs because you also like filming your life and you like the lifestyle stuff with your cars, your watches. Maybe you live in Dubai, maybe you live in Medellin, Colombia. Looks fucking amazing. The weather has been so great here. I'm so grateful to be here. I like traveling so much, so I have to make sure that about 50% or 40% of my content is about traveling and showing that I'm traveling and why it's important to me and how it's helping me in business, because I think about it every day, and that's how I optimize my whole life, to be in the sun, to feel good, to be around positive people, warm places, because I care about that. That's the whole reason why I started entrepreneurship. So that's my life, you know, and you could be different. My brother lives in Norway, cold as fuck, he doesn't give a shit. He's there with his girlfriend, he's happy as fuck, he doesn't care about the weather. So that's different for him, for example. The last thing, does this make money? So this is the biggest, most important thing of this whole video. If your channel, which is almost probably my 99% of viewers on this video, if your channel is meant to make money, then you need videos that provide value. And if you're then only going to make lifestyle vlog videos, like Iman Gadzhi did basically, well, to be fair, it's also built on value, but who is a better example? Brez, he made his main channel only lifestyle, only cars. If he would sell something on his main channel, it is hard to sell because it's only broke 16-year-olds that saw him in his Lamborghini Urus. They can't afford a $2,000 course or $2,000 service. Sure, you still sell it, but it's easier for Iman Gadzhi because he built his brand more on value. Iman Gadzhi still posts some lifestyle and some vlogs, but Iman Gadzhi from the start already posts a shitload of value. So you have to understand that what you're putting in is also what you're going to get out. So your input, if that's lifestyle and flashy shit, then you get a broke audience. That's the output. And if you put in highly valuable real estate content, you might have a smaller audience, but you also get investors that watch your videos. So like input, output, very natural process, but watch out for this. These are the main things that I saw in our clients, how we do that for them, what you're probably doing wrong, and what I saw with Hormozi. If you want to see another video, I think it's here. I might be retarded if it's not here, then it's on the other side, but YouTube thinks that you want to watch this video on my channel right now, so click here.